Здравейте, приятели! Представям ви Патрик Сан Франческо, един от най-големите лечители на 21 век. Здравей, Патрик! Изглеждаш прекрасно! Как успяваш? Как си вечно млад и хубав?
No stress, only happiness.
Но как успяваш да си спокоен? Първо пандемия, после икономически кризи, сега война.
Everything is as it should be. If you think that things are not as they should be, then you develop stress. But if you feel that everything is as it should be, the universe is perfect, it is perfection in itself, though we cannot see that perfection, we are not wise enough, so don't stress about it. If you think of a little child, he doesn't wake up in the morning and stressing whether he's going to get breakfast or not. He has total and absolute faith in his parents that they will provide breakfast for him. So he has no stress. He comes downstairs and says, "Where's breakfast? I'm hungry." He expects breakfast to be on the table. I expect life to be perfect, so I have no stress.
А може ли човек да е щастлив, когато всички около него страдат?
There's a big difference between pain and suffering. If my shoulder is paining, I can say my body is keeping me conscious of my shoulder so I don't strain it and damage it further. Or I can say, it's such a nuisance, I can't play tennis today, I cannot do all my sport today. That is suffering. Suffering and misery is when you do not accept what is happening to you. And there is no point in focusing on the people who are suffering. Don't focus on their suffering, but rather try to do something concrete, something tangible to make them better, make their position better. If I see a hungry man on the street and I sit with him and cry with him because he's hungry, it is useless. But if I sit with him and smile and give him a slice of bread, it is more useful. So look to make amends, look to repair the damage.
Какво ще кажеш на хората, които се тревожат какво се случва със света?
What is the future? Do you know your next breath? Do you have a guarantee for your next breath?
No.
What are you afraid of? You're here today and gone tomorrow. And what is to be afraid of about death? The uncertainty of death. You fear heaven, hell, God's punishment. Why do you fear the future? You see, every day you've lived is a tomorrow that you have conquered. But yet if you fear the next tomorrow, it is not logical.
Можем ли да променим ситуацията?
You cannot change the collective karma if your cup is full. But if your cup is empty, it can be filled with universal energy which can do anything, anywhere, anytime. You have to be an empty cup, only then you can receive the energies. But if you're full of your own little troubles, your own little worries, your own stress, your own anxieties, your own fears, your own insecurities, your cup is full. You can put nothing more in that cup. But if your cup is empty like mine, I don't have a brain. I don't have a mind. My blessing is that I'm brainless. Ask my teachers in school, they'll tell you that. So my cup is always empty. So it can be filled by the universe. Empty your cup.
Ти кога разбра, че чашата е празна? Кога откри кой си ти всъщност?
I realized my cup was empty when my mother tried to teach me 2 plus 2 is 4 and I could not get that right.
Но какво да направят хората, които са в матрицата, които знаят, че 2 и 2 е 4? Те непрекъснато са в стрес.
Do everything that you want to do, not because you have to do it. If you have a family, you should have a family because you want to have a family, not because it's a duty or it's an obligation to have a family. Don't do something because it's a burden, if it's a burden to you. So do it because you want to do it, then you will do it happily.
Ти си световно признат лечител и организираш непрекъснато курсове за енергийни терапевти. Но смяташ ли, че от всеки човек става лечител?
Everybody is a healer. When you cut your finger, you suck on it. Why do you do that? Nobody has taught you that. Nobody has taught you that your saliva contains antiseptic. When your shoulder is hurting, you hold it tight. Why do you feel better? You're transferring good energy from your hand to the pain in the shoulder. You're healing yourself all the time, only you don't know it. Everybody is a healer. Every living being on this planet is a healer too. An animal doesn't go to a doctor. The tiger in the forest doesn't go to the hospital. He heals himself. We also have that ability. Only we have been conditioned to think that if we are sick, we must go to a doctor, take medicines, go to a hospital, have surgery, operations. But in effect, everybody can be a healer and everybody is a healer.
А как започна да лекуваш с цветове?
You see, one day in 1987, I saw these colors and I realized these are very strange colors because they have no relationship with other colors which I can see with my physical eye. So I thought something was wrong with me, so I went into the garden to get some fresh air. And when I went there, I saw these colors in nature, and each color had a specific task in nature. For example, there was one color of energy that was binding the leaf to the tree. And when that color faded and became less, the leaf would fall. So I realized that color can be used to fix broken bones, damaged ligaments. So I realized that color is like a glue. So by seeing what each color was doing in nature, I took that color and used it to fix the human body.
Твоите ученици успяват ли да видят цветовете като теб?
Some of them are able to see some colors, yes. When you're ready to see the colors, the universe will show itself to you. Till that time, just know that the colors are flowing through you and you can use them.
Патрик, кажи ни все пак на къде върви светът. Какво е твоето мнение?
You see, think of the world like a human body. And think of human beings like a virus on the human body. We are like a virus. So when the earth takes an antibiotic, we call it an earthquake, we call it a flood, and several 100,000 of us die. So we are on the planet Earth like viruses are on our human body, destroying, eating everything, destroying the planet, destroying the body. And then the earth takes an antibiotic, and that's some few 100,000 people die. And we call that a natural calamity. But it is as it should be, because everybody is, when they are born, they are already destined to die. That they die in one go, or they die over a period of 10 or 20 years, it doesn't matter. Everybody has to die one day anyway. So what is so tragic about death? It is a natural phenomenon.
А какво следва след смъртта?
When I die, I'll go there and come back and tell you.
И все пак.
You see, we are energy bodies, which are my physical body, which you see today, has been rented by my spiritual body. It is like renting a car for a journey. At the end of the journey, you leave the car behind and you go. You go back home, you go back to the universe.
Няма карма, така ли?
The concept of karma and heaven and hell is man-made. Because we say that God is the divine is merciful and forgiving. Yet we say He's going to punish us. If He's forgiving, why should He punish us? He should forgive us. Karma is man's excuse for the reason of what happens to us. It is a way to try to understand what happens to us. We say in karma, as you sow, so you shall reap. So as the seeds you put, that much you harvest. But in reality, it's not like that. In reality, karma doesn't exist. If you take yesterday what you did yesterday, think of all the negative thoughts you had yesterday, the negative feelings you had yesterday, the negative words you spoke yesterday, the negative actions yesterday, and think of yesterday's karma, negative karma. And then think of every day of your life, every day of the 53 years of your life, and think of how much negative karma you have collected in that time.
А ти в какъв Бог вярваш?
I believe in people. I see God in every human being and treat them as such. What is the point in saying, I love God, but you can go hungry while I eat my food? It's better to say, I don't love God and feed the hungry. Because you see God in the hungry people around you.
Според теб съществува ли еволюция на човешкия род или има деволюция?
I say we are devolving, not evolving. You see, the irony of life is like this. We say we are seeking peace, but we use a gun to find peace. So we are devolving. We are killing more people because we are afraid of people. Instead of loving people and caring for people, we are killing them because we are afraid of them. So it is our fear that is actually driving us to devolve.
Това означава ли, че вървим към края на поредната човешка цивилизация?
All future is nice. We learn from our mistakes. That is a positive outlook. When we had the world wars, First World War, we got peace for some time. Then we had the Second World War, we got peace for a longer time. Now we're heading for another war, but maybe we'll have peace again. When the bullets are over and the soldiers are tired, peace will reign.
Тоест винаги ще се редуват война и мир до кога?
First we need to have peace in our minds, in our hearts, before we think about world peace. So there is always peace there, but we cover that peace with anger, we hide that peace with fear, we ignore that peace with insecurity. So remove those covers and peace, you'll find peace within you.
Обществото в България е силно поляризирано. Как да се научим да живеем заедно?
Don't look to the world. First, love yourself, love your neighbors, love your family, love your friends, love your colleagues. Build your world from small. Don't go out and try to come in. First, start with your family. Do you love your family? Do you love every member of your family? When you finish with that, then go to your friends. Do you love all your friends? Then your colleagues. Then your associates. Keep widening your circle little by little, and then that's how you will survive in this world with love. Don't say, I want to love Russia, I want to love Iran, I want to love Africa, I want to love... No. That's not practical. Start small. Grow from that.
Ще ни разкажеш ли малко за твоя курс Power Living 1? Какво означава енергия от седмо измерение?
The seventh dimension is the dimension of love, peace, happiness and kindness. So I encourage people to do the Power Living 1 workshop so they can access the energy of love, peace, happiness and kindness. That is the solution to most of the problems in the world. We will have less love, less peace, less happiness, less kindness. So by accessing this energy and in the form of gifts, which you can then share with people around you, you spread the love, peace, happiness and kindness around you. You're like a drop of colored dye, dropped in a bucket of water, so that color will spread slowly into the water. So the more people that do the Power Living workshops, the more love, peace, happiness and kindness will spread in the world. Today everyone is living. When you do Power Living, you become alive.
А какво се случва на следващите нива?
From Power Living 1 is you get one wing. In Power Living 2, you get 100% focus. You get a second wing. In Power Living 3, you learn to fly, to live the dream. And in Power Living 4, you become the dream, the energy of balance. You see, because everything in this world should be balanced. Not too much of one or too little of another. And in Power Living 4, you get that energy of balance so that everything in your mind and your heart and your body and around you becomes in total balance. Then you can fly, you can be the dream.
В един от твоите курсове работиш с енергия от девето измерение. Това пък какво значи?
The ninth dimension is the source of energy for the whole universe. The whole universe gets energy from the ninth dimension. And by putting you in the ninth dimension, you become a generator of energy for the whole universe. And you learn to inhale people's troubles and exhale peace back to them. So as you breathe, you change the energy around you, of the people around you. You take all their troubled emotions and give them back harmonious and peaceful emotions. In that way you make a happier world.
И последен въпрос. Патрик, как ти хрумна да правиш къщи от пластмасови бутилки?
The bottle house was born actually from pain. When a bottle of water fell on my toe and hurt me, a plastic bottle of water fell on my foot and it hurt me, I said, oh, foot pains, like having a stone fall on my foot, like a brick. Then I looked at the bottle and I said, yes, this can be a brick. If I remove the water and put sand inside, it becomes a brick. And it's a brick that doesn't go away. And that was the birth of the bottle house. And from there, I thought of, when using the old bottles, it becomes waste management, low cost, what else? High tensile strength. So it becomes all these things rolled into one. It also becomes an economic tool, giving employment to people to fill the bottles with sand. People who are old and infirm, they can fill the bottles with sand and earn a living from that. So many things rolled into one, and that's when I began to evolve the bottle house. My first bottle house was built in Delhi in 2008. It's still standing. It's being used as a classroom for children.
Какво се случва с тези къщи днес? Продължавате ли да ги строите?
I have given the manuals to many people to build the houses in different parts of the world. I don't know how they're building them or what they're doing, but I personally have built some hospitals, clinics, public buildings, double-story buildings, all out of bottles.
А колко къщи има построени?
I don't know, quite a few. I haven't kept track of how many buildings I've put up. But I was making advances in the building as I kept building it, because I wanted to see how it could be used in different disciplines. So to get that through, I had to get all the testing done. Now the bottle house building can take up to 9.8 on the Richter scale for earthquakes. You know what 9.8 is? It's never been witnessed before. Yeah, I have the video of that where we're testing the bottle house at 9.8. 18 earthquakes in one morning we tried, tested it. No cracks, no damage, nothing. Now, if you think about the bottle house made out of plastic bottles, the question of fire comes to your mind. What happens about fire? To get the permission to pass the test for fire, it should do 400 degrees for half an hour, for 30 minutes. My bottle house was tested at 1010 degrees for 2 hours and nothing happened.
Патрик, много благодаря за това интервю. Чакаме те в България.
Thank you very much.